So now I have my three colors here. I have my lighter brown, my darker brown, and my cream. Now take your cake out of the fridge, at least have it in there for 15 minutes, because the next step is, before you put the second coat on the top, is your cake board. You want to hot glue it on your cake board. I make my own, and they're a lot less expensive, and they're a lot cuter, and they're more personalized, and I'll have a link below of how you can make my cake boards. This one is the Gnome tree trunk theme. So this is the paper I used. I thought it was real whizzy. And then at the edge, I thought the polka dots would be cute. So I am going to hot glue this on to the cake board. So I just slide it off the table. I have a mat underneath this, and I slide it off halfway, and then underneath I grab it. The cake, and these cakes are heavy because this one is a carrot cake with cream cheese frosting in the layers. Now, I'll just move this over, and I have my hot gun heated, and I will take my glue stick. Take your hot glue gun. Oh, jeez. Take two. You take your hot glue gun, and what I like to do is I kind of sit up on my knees because I want to make sure it's in the center of my glob. I don't want it over here, over here. So you have to make sure you use the highest temp hot glue. You don't want the medium or lukewarm or whatever it is. You want the high temp. And just make little circles. You might have to do more than one stick, depending on how big your cake is. Okay, now that it's on the cake board, you gotta make sure you don't touch the cake board much, because you know that is, you don't want it to get messy, so you have to be pretty careful with that. But next thing I'm gonna do is I'm gonna do the rings on the top, and you can do it as creative as you want, as many as you want. So I'm gonna take my skewer and take the pointy side, and I'm just going to put, you know, where I think the rings would be, and then you also have to wipe the end off the paper towel. Just to add some whimsy to it, I'm gonna do some spirals on the top. Here's a close-up view, and then you can see the spirals a little better that way. Next is doing the sides, and I'm going to make my bark with the dark frosting, and then with a little bit of light frosting as well, you'll see. And all you need is an offset spatula, and you just press down and bring it up, and you just kind of eyeball it to look like bark. You want to put this in the fridge, and then we're going to build it up after this. Now that it's out of the fridge, I'm going to put on the second layer. In the second layer, I'm going to be doing the dark color, plus I'm going to be doing the medium color like I did on the top of the cake, the medium brown, and a little bit of the white for highlight. So I'll show you how to do that. You just take your offset spatula, and again, you put the dark color on. And then I take a little bit of lighter color, and I just lightly go over it. So it gives some highlights. Then when that's done, I'm just going to hit it just a little bit with the light color, just for a tiny bit of highlight. do that here and there. Next thing I'm going to do is fill my small pastry bag with this tip that I'll put the link down below. It kind of has ridges on it. It's an open star tip, it's called. Go to the bottom edge of the cake and you just squeeze and come out like the roots from the tree. Now they're going to look ridgy, so I don't like that look because I want them to be more smooth. So all I'm going to do is simply smooth them out with my spatula. Since this is a gnome theme cake, I want to put ferns on the side of it, but it is fall, so I'm going to use this copper color for the ferns. I'm not going to have them green. To do this, I will fill an icing bag halfway full with the leaf tip on it. So to do the ferns, you want to make sure your piping tip is not flat, but it is the other way, going up and down like this. And to do the ferns, you want to make the first leaf kind of fat, first few leaves fat. You push down and pull up, and then the trick of it is to curve it a little too as you go, as like a fern would be curved, and then you just want to go smaller and smaller. Next part, you want to switch your leaf tip for a rider's tip, which is a little tiny tip that has a round end to it. You can make it a spiral around the parts of the fern. So like the very end, if I want, it should be here, I can make it a